Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Dana White gives an update on Jon Jones. During a recent interview, Dana said he hasn't heard from Jones since he fought at UFC 285 last month. Here's the clip.
There's no doubt Jon Jones is the best heavyweight in the world. So Jon Jones will fight whoever until Jon Jones decides to retire. It's fascinating because when you think about Jon Jones disappeared for a few years, then he pops up and says he wants to fight one of these guys. He doesn't care who it is. He'd have fought Francis, he'd have fought Stipe, Cyril, whoever it is. Then he comes in and he starts talking like, I'm gonna walk right through this guy. I'm gonna make it look so easy. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a pretty bold statement to say when you. Then he does it, and poof, he's gone again. Jon Jones goes back underground, and and let me know when the Stipe fight's done. And he is a fascinating, talented artist to deal with.
So you have not heard from him since?
Wow. I haven't heard a word out of him.
Alex Pereira announces his next fight will be at 205.
Bom pessoal, como prometido, vim aqui em primeira mão no meu canal vim dar a grande notícia. A minha próxima luta será nos 205. Isso mesmo, a minha próxima luta será nos 205.
Following Pereira's announcement, Jamal Hill posted the following video to his Instagram and captioned it with, "Welcome, can't wait to see you, Alex Pereira." What do you guys think about Pereira's announcement? And who would you like to see him matched up against first at light heavyweight? Let us know in the comment section. Sean O'Malley offers Raul Rosa Jr. some advice following his loss to Christian Rodriguez last weekend.
I called that. I said, I think Christian Rodriguez is going to be too much. Trains at a good gym. Doesn't mean Raul Rosa Jr. is done. But, I mean, it's like, where do you go from here? Maybe you don't even sign him at that age. You let him fight for 2-3 years, rack up some more wins. This kid's coming in 15-0, undefeated. You know what I mean? I think it's just, but UFC's, that's the risk they're willing to take. Hey, we're going to have a potential star. He still can be, but I don't know. Yeah, what's next for him? I think, yeah, like you said, there's definitely guys in the division that he can go out there and beat, but I don't even think he needs to go out there and get a win. He needs to go out there and get better. 2 years. Take 2 years off. Lift, grind.
Because you said he was walking around.
He said, Daniel told me, I never seen it. Daniel said he was 140 fight week. He's 4 pounds overweight. I don't think he should go to 25. I think he should stay at 35. Just don't fight for a couple years. Get good.
Yeah.
Just improve everywhere. Come back. You're 20 years old. He wants to be the youngest champ. Maybe that humbled him a bit. Okay.
Aljamain Sterling has posted new training footage to social media ahead of his fight with Henry Cejudo next month. Driscus du Plessis tries to clear up the beef with Israel Adesanya and Kamaru Usman during a recent edition of the MMA Hour. Du Plessis goes on to explain he never said Adesanya or Usman were not African. He simply tried to express his desire to be the first UFC champion who resides in Africa. Here's the clip.
I did not even mention this towards them. I didn't talk about them. I talked about myself. I was not aiming anything at them. I was aiming something at myself, that I will be the first champion that resides in Africa, that will take his belt home to Africa. I never said they weren't African or I was more African. Of course they're African. And I respect them a whole lot. I mean, Usman is one of the greatest to ever do it. Adesanya is one of the greatest middleweights to ever walk this earth. Now, I never took anything away from them in that aspect. The only thing I said is that I'm still residing in Africa, and I will bring my belt back home to Africa, which is my home, where I reside. If we are sending out postcodes and addresses, mine's got to be in Africa. And that's the facts of the matter. I never said they were not African or I was more African or anything in that way. I only stated that I want to be and will be the first residing African champion.
Gilbert Burns reveals he never had plans to leave the UFC, even if he wasn't given the backup spot for Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. During a recent interview, Burns admits he was bluffing.
I was all in with nothing on my hands, my guy. I was bluffing so hard. I was all in, my guy. I had
Don't play poker with Gilbert Burns.
I see nothing on my hands. I went all in, my guy, and they accept. So, to be honest, right after the fight, I went to talk to the former president Donald Trump, and then I had a meeting with Dana and Hunter, and they said it right there. You're gonna be next on the line. Don't worry about it. If you want, that's what they say. If you want, you can be a backup or you next for the title. And then I would say, okay, they give me the opportunity. Now I'm gonna bluff. Now I'm gonna come with everything. So, but I want to be the backup. I think that's how I guarantee my next title shot, because a lot of things can happen.
Chris Curtis reveals he is trying to get his loss to Kelvin Gastelum overturned. The pair faced off last week at UFC 287, and Curtis believes Gastelum headbutted him in the lead up to his victory. Here's what Curtis had to say.
I'll admit, I was thinking about the Jack thing. I was mad. I was just furious. It's like a legitimate loss. Like, he won. I still think it's a way to have a fight in London in front of fans. This is legit, whatever. I was just mad about it. But like, I can point to a point where things change. It's on film. It exists. It's not me being about it. I'm just like, guys, like, this was a thing. Like, I got knocked out from a headbutt, woke up, kept fighting, and like, that's where things went sideways. So, some people are going to be emotional about it and just not want to hear it. But there's a lot of good people out there, a lot of cool fans I've had talks with and discussions with. Some agree with me, some don't. But like, I feel better today.
So it doesn't look like we'll be seeing Israel Adesanya face off against Khamzat Chimaev anytime soon. During a recent interview, Izzy's coach, Eugene Behrman, said Khamzat must first earn his shot at the UFC's most prestigious belt. Has Khamzat fought at middleweight yet? We can't be ridiculous. This is the most prestigious title in the sport. Sometimes business takes precedent, I understand that. You're just devaluing the organization, you're devaluing the sport, you're devaluing everything we've stood for. At the minimum, fight 3 guys that no one's ever heard of, like Pereira did. I'm not arguing against Khamzat. I think Khamzat would be a great fight. He's a big name, he's a challenge, and we're all about challenges. He brings high-level MMA wrestling to the sport. That's a challenge, and I love the challenge. But I'm arguing for the prestige of the UFC, for the brand, and for the sport. Khamzat would be a great fight, and like Israel says to all these opponents, I hope you do go out there and get the job done. Do your job so that you can see him. Leon Edwards reveals he won't be fighting on the UFC's London card in July. Edwards goes on to say that a fight in Abu Dhabi in October would be perfect for him. Here's the clip.
So you're thinking Abu Dhabi in October?
Perfectly. Yeah, perfectly. That I feel like that would be perfect for me. Like Abu Dhabi. I get time to nurse my injuries. I get time to get back into it slowly. So I feel like Abu Dhabi would be perfect for me for sure. But either way, there's a fight night, right? I think the London card sells out. Put Tom back on there. I know Tom Aspinall wants to fight again. Let him headline it. He didn't get a chance to headline it because he got injured right in the main event. So I feel like give him a chance now to actually follow through all the way through and get all the other UK guys back on the card. I feel like for UK mixed martial arts, I feel that they deserve it. They deserve a great card, and I feel there's great guys that you can put on the card that will sell the card, and I was gonna go there as a fan, enjoy it. I saw that in March. Let someone else sell it out in July, and then we'll go from there.
So as far as you're concerned, you're not fighting July 22nd?
No. Let's go some stupid money.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.